We're having some very good gains as we start today's trading day. Some reports coming through. We're about nearly 0.75% on the upside are the stock market all share index. But one news that came in through yesterday was that Access Bank will have a new chairman effective the 8th of January 2020. So, Mrs. Mosun Bello Olushoga will be retiring January next year. She's the one who led Access Bank to that big business combination of Diamond Bank PLC. She'll be retiring over the next 2 months or thereabout. And you have, starting in the new year, Dr. Mrs. Ajori Sedere Awoshika will be coming through as the new chairman of Access Bank. According to a statement issued by the bank, Dr. Mrs. Awoshika will be leading Access Bank in the next phase of the bank's becoming Africa's gateway to the world. She's a qualified pharmacist, and she's a current chairman of Champs PLC, another company listed on the stock exchange. Temple Ashaju is live to me right now at the global headquarters here to talk through a little bit about this. Temple, this is some of the leadership changes we're seeing across some of the listed companies over the last weeks, and we're talking about this change of directors, change of chairman, and board changes. It looks like now it's landing big time in one of the big banks, Access Bank, having a new chairman from January 1st week.
Correct, Bosin. I mean, this is good music to the ears of a lot of traders, a lot of investors in the markets, because it actually speaks to a corporate governance structure at Access Bank. This is something that quite a number of companies on the market here actually have, but some other companies actually don't have it. You hardly hear, of board change, board members change or change of leadership, announcements coming from some listed companies here in the market, which also informs the reason why a lot of investors are not too bullish on such companies. If at all you see them investing in those companies, they do that for speculative reasons. 1, 2, 3 days, they're out of the market, they're out of such companies. But in this case, it is a good news for Access Bank. We understand Mrs. Awoshika, who's been on the board since 2013, will be taking over. And of course, she's a pharmacist. She's been the chairman and the vice chair, doubling that position at the same time, for the, I think, credit and internal audit unit of Access Bank for some time. And she's going to be taking over. She's going to be bringing her own experience and, of course, strategies on boards to see how the bank will continue its trajectory as it has started, under these mergers with Diamond Bank. So it's something that a lot of investors are looking forward to in the market. She's also the chairman of Champs Nigeria PLC. I think she became the chairman of that company earlier in the year, February this year, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, and since she actually became the chairman of Champs PLC, look at the performance of Champs PLC in the market. It's been very, very impressive. Has been moving all the way from nominal value of 20 kobo up to 46, 36, 40 kobo, thereabout, and then it comes back again. It's been very liquid in recent times. So it's not surprising that Dr. Mrs. Awoshika is coming on board as the chairman of the bank. She spoke to some brokers earlier. They're really bullish on her. They do know that she will bring her wonderful strategies on board, and that company will continue to maintain the whole recovery of legacy debts of Diamond Bank, and of course all other strategies and sustainable investing that they've been involved in recent time. All of that will certainly continue under her. We do look forward to some other press statements, coming from Access Bank to be able to explain possibly her new direction that she will be informing the board about going forward.
Yes, Temple, yes, most likely we're expecting Access Bank, and most likely they will do a formal unveiling of Dr. Mrs. Awoshika MFR to the market in the weeks ahead before. But this is another transition. But very important note in this statement issued by Access Bank was that she will be leading the board in the next phase of the bank's transformation into becoming Africa's gateway to the world. that looks like a signaling statement that Access Bank has done. I think they're done and dusted with Diamond Bank acquisition. They're now moving to becoming Africa's gateway to the world. Whatever that means, I'm sure she and the rest of the team, including the CEO, will have a lot of explanations and questions to answer from the media if this is the new direction for Access Bank, saying the new chairman starting January 8th next year will be taking the bank to the next phase of becoming Africa's gateway to the world. It looks like Access Bank is positioning for something bigger, maybe keeping one permanent eye on AFCFTA. Whatever happens, it looks like a lot of money, a big business to be made there. It looks like Access Bank is telling everyone, look, where we will have Nigeria in our back pocket, we're moving to the new frontier. But again, look at today's trading day quickly for us, Tempo. It looks like, yes, I can see shares of Access Bank are coming up this morning among the on the counter. Who else is making some advances as we start the third trading day of the week?
Sure. So Access Bank at 10 naira, FBN Holdings at 7 naira. You've got MTN and MTN Nigeria, the major markets, most capitalized stock in the market now at 124 naira or thereabouts, up some 3% plus from where it settled yesterday. We got Zenith Bank at 18 naira, and of course the indices of the exchange is currently up some 0.72%. It speaks to volume of transactions, in the market, which is continuing to increase. And of course, demand for the banking stocks. We talked earlier about the price correction that has happened on some of the companies. I think that price correction has probably now simmered, at the levels they found themselves this morning. Now, if they go lower than that, they may not hit 10% lower, because you're going to continue to see some re-entry, on this banking stocks. Again, it looks like investors are beginning to eye other sectors. Yesterday, if you look at the performance of the market, Nigerian breweries was up some 400 and something basis points actually. If you look at the analyst report, research reports coming from quite a number of analysts recently, they have actually had to revise their pricing predictions or projections of some of Nigerian breweries. So for the consumer goods side of the market, investors are beginning to actually check that space as well. Nigerian breweries is in competition, healthy competition with international breweries lately, and of course, being a major mover in the market, if not for the implications of this whole excise duty and all of that, it is a major stock in the market. So the upside that Nigerian breweries, I think, has right now is in the range of 75 to 80 naira, going by what ARM also released earlier in the week. So we're going to see some kind of interest in that side of the market, the consumer goods, and of course the insurance space. I saw NEM Insurance adding some 2 kobo this morning. It probably signals something good coming on board. Again, we shouldn't rule out the aspect of bargain hunting, because a lot of these prices have actually hit the floors, going by what we have right now, Bosa.
Okay, Temple, thank you so much. I'm sure you noticed that Access Bank, the retiring chairman, is a woman, Mrs. Olushoga. The incoming one is also a woman, Dr. Mrs. Awushika. If you look at Stanbic IBTC, they just brought in a new non-executive director, also a woman. So if you think you're looking for an investment asset, invest in women. They are the one taking over your market street and my financial system. You better watch them coming. They are taking over right now. You better be ready. So, Temple, step aside and let's have another woman, one major player in the market. Jumoke Olanio is joining us from FMDQ. She's a vice president in charge of market architecture at FMDQ Securities Exchange. Jumoke, welcome to the show. Very quickly, we have about a minute or so to wrap up the program. And congratulations, more women are coming on board of companies on our market street. That's one good news. So, where are we as far as the opening calls today on fixed income markets?
So the markets have have been a bit subdued in the recent couple of days. Investors, of course, continue to seek the highest levels of return that they can get in income market. The T-bills market has been a bit muted, as the investors are focused on how they can get the Nigerian Treasury bills from the auction. 10-time bid cover ratios at the auction last week. However, the market is gearing up for the bond auction that is holding today, and as a result of that, there was quite trading yesterday was a bit muted as well in anticipation of today's trade. But generally, what we've seen, there's been a renewed interest in bond for general and of course the dealers, as well as in other fixed income asset classes like the commercial papers, obviously all looking for higher bargains and higher yields in the market. It's the end of the year, and it's typical, that activities seem to have slowed down and round up, as we come to the end of the year, and that's what we continue to experience in the fixed income market.
Thank you, Jumoke. We'll try and patch up this technical hitch and get it a bit more clearer to have more from you. We understand what's going on. We appreciate all of that. Let's wrap up the show at this point. We thank you, everyone, for watching. Jumoke, thank you very much from FMDQ Securities Exchange. I'll see you next time.